The runner and chaser dynamic can be a never-ending loop in the relationships. One person chases and the other person runs away. Then when the chaser stops chasing, the dynamic switches. The runner now chases after the chaser and the chasers now run away. But this can go back and forth for a long period of time. In this video, I'm going to explain why this happened and how you can get out of this never-ending cycle. There is one thing that both the runner and the chasers fail to recognize that perpetuates this cycle. Knowing that one thing and knowing what you can do about it will help you stop this crazy cycle so that you can feel more secure and be in a more healthier relationship. Before I begin, I want to say that this runner and chaser stage is not exclusive to a twin flame relationships. Anyone who has not addressed or healed their attachment wound will face this runner and chaser dynamic in all their relationships. It doesn't matter if your relationship is twin flame, soulmate, or karmic. Having a secure attachment is the foundation of having a healthy relationship. Relationship is the 3D human experience, while connection is the 5D spiritual connection. It doesn't matter how strong and magnetic your 5D spiritual connection with a twin flame is, without understanding this 3D human component, your relationship with your twin flame will be so much more challenging. So what is a runner and a chaser? The runner is usually the divine masculine. They are usually more logical and analytical. They require more time to process their emotion, and they usually have an avoidant attachment style. They struggle with intimacy and making lasting relationships, and they need a lot of space and me time. So when they feel that the twin flame connection is so intense, they have the tendency to run away. The chaser, on the other hand, is usually the divine feminine. They are known to be more intuitive and more emotionally driven. They usually have an anxious attachment style. When the runner runs away, the chaser desperately tries to reconnect with the runner. They usually have a fear of abandonment, and they may text the runner constantly to get reassurance. So who started this running and chasing dynamic? It is a chicken and egg thing. Sometimes the runner feels too overwhelmed and starts running, which triggers the chaser's anxiety. Or the chasers want to be in contact with the runner too frequently. That causes the runner to start running. But it doesn't matter who started it. What we need to do is to acknowledge the underlying emotion and deal with it. If you don't, you will find yourself getting stuck in this never-ending cycle. The switch occurs when, after a period of chasing, the chaser may feel very heartbroken, confused, and exhausted, and they may stop chasing. And when they stop chasing, the runner feels the withdrawal of attention from the chaser, and this can trigger the runner's fear of abandonment. And then the dynamic switches. The runner now becomes the chaser, and the chaser now becomes the runner. The twin flame will continue to switch their roles until one party understands what's happening and stop this crazy cycle. So the one thing that both the runner and the chaser need to understand and learn is to acknowledge their emotion and embrace their emotions. The reason why this dynamic doesn't stop is because both parties are avoiding their emotions. The runner avoids feeling overwhelmed by creating distance from the chaser. The chasers avoid feeling anxiety by trying to be closer to the runner. Pain avoidance is what our egos are programmed to do, and both parties think that the other party is causing the pain. But when we are in the midst of avoiding our pain, we are actually trigger more pain in our partners, which causes them to be more reactive, and this causes us to feel the pain with more intensity. Instead of waiting for the other party to change their behavior so that you can feel better, address your own emotion first. Embrace the pain, go towards the pain. For runners, instead of feeling overwhelmed and run away from the person who you think is causing you the pain, realize that what you're running away is your own fear and your own heart. What you are denying is a deep connection with your true self. Sometimes the runner doesn't know that they are running. Avoiding emotion is something that they may do unconsciously. They may run into their work or into their exercise, thinking that, hey, I'm just focusing on myself. What's wrong with that? But when they feel lonely and disconnected, that is when they realize that they're actually running away from themselves. Saying that they are busy and they have no time is just a good egoic excuse to deny themselves from feeling this deep connection that they desire. So this happened with my twin flame too. Whenever I ask him out or initiate a meeting, he will be like, maybe, I don't know, I'm busy. I like, he will forget about it. Out of like 6 or 7 times, he only agreed to meet up with me like 1 time. And when he meet up with me, you always see this nervousness initially. And then we have a good conversation, and by the end of the conversation, he will say that he was tired and he needed to go back to work. If you are the runner, hold space for your emotions. Be more grounded. Understand that you can handle your emotion. You just need more practice. Don't run at the first instant. Don't go back to your default mode. Instead of reject the invitation, what you can do is to accept the invitation but set some boundaries. Let your chaser know that you can only meet them for 30 minutes. And when you feel more comfortable, next time you can extend to 1 hour or 2 hours. Give yourself the opportunity to practice holding the emotions. Also be open to your partners and let them know why you are setting these boundaries. On the other hand, the chaser avoids feeling anxiety from the separation. Instead of feeling the anxiety, they chase after the thing or the person who they think is the one that is causing them the anxiety. They think that by being closer and attached to their partners, they will ease this anxiety. For the chaser, instead of going to this default mode of reconnecting with your twin flame, first hold space for the pain and not be consumed by the pain at the same time. You may want to take some breath and face your own anxiety first, like learn how to deal with your own anxiety. You may hug a pillow if that makes you feel safe, or you may soothe yourself by stroking your chest or calming any parts of your body that feels the anxiety. Once you calm yourself and your nervous system, you wouldn't feel the intense impulse to chase after your twin flame. So both the runner and the chaser have to do the same thing. They have to stop running away from their emotion and surrender to this deep connection that they have. It takes 2 hands to clap. If one party stops chasing or stop running, then this dynamic cannot continue. There will not be running and chasing. There will only be separation. Like in my case with my twin flame, I don't chase after him. If he wants to run away, he runs. I let him run. I let him run to another country and I stop trying so hard to contact him. Separation is not always bad. Watch this next video to see why separation can be good for you.